Oh shit, they were just like, boop. It's not just the Shinsengumi scabbard, it's Harada's. Gotcha. Oh no! Follow people to try and frame for murder. Harada. This sounds like the demons do it. It's so personal. It's so like... Would you stop it? Really, Sano? Damn, wish you'd brought me with you. Knock it off, Okita. Scabbard's right here. This is idiotic. Threw up his hands in exasperation. Smiled faintly and nodded. I don't suspect any of you, and neither does anyone else here. Unfortunately, I doubt the rest of the nation will extend you the same courtesy. I imagine they're having trouble determining the real culprit. There were talk that Kyotaru Miura from Kishu asked the Shinsengumi to kill Ryoma. That's who we were talking about, Miura. As the man Nagakura had mentioned, he had some sort of personal quarrel with Sakamoto, which made him a suspect. I'm sure there's plenty of people who'd love to pin this one on the Shinsengumi, but unless someone did it and lied about it, there's no way it was us. Unless Sanan decided to do a little work off the books. Okita, please. Room fell silent. Say you don't trust Harada? Okita, come on. How is Sanan these days? Her reputation is grisly enough, but the rumors I've been hearing about the night patrol are ever worse. Even worse. It was true that Sanan had been acting stranger and stranger, although I didn't want to believe it. I had to admit, it wasn't that difficult to imagine him doing something like that. When I passed him on occasion in the hallways, his eyes were dry and thirsty, as if he was always hungry for blood. We'll have to be careful then. We can't let people learn about the Furies. About that. What's up, Hijikata? Oh, hey, Kondo. Hijikata, whoa. Oh, shit, Saito. What are you doing here? I heard vigorously in my own eyes, looked and did it again. There was no doubt the man who followed Kondo and Hijikata to their room was the man who'd left to join the Guardians of the Imperial Tomb. It's Saito himself. Hey dude, it's only been 6 months. What's going on? Oh, hello Saito. It's been a while. What happened to the guard? What are you talking about? There's no way Hijikata would allow anyone from the guard here. We're prohibited even talking to them. In light of the situation, though, of course, the guard probably wants to come here first. Ugh, just shut up, alright? Starting today, Saito's back in the Shinsengumi. Holla! What? What? Hold on a second there, Hijikata. We're glad he's back, don't get me wrong, but what happened with the guard and Ito? It was Saito who answered. You're mistaken. But understandably, I was never one of Ito's supporters. In fact, Saito joined Ito and his men as a spy under Toshi's direct orders. And with that, everything suddenly makes sense. Okay. They say that to fool your enemy, you must first fool your allies, and Saito had been doing just that. What? Come on, Saito. It's not fair for you to go off and have fun without letting me in on it. Fortunately, he's a little too, stabby to be a real good spy. I'm just saying. Man, you just scared the pants off me. Not cool, Kondo. This was all top secret. I'm sorry I had to keep it from all of you. It was a surprise to be sure, but I was glad we'd have Saito back with us again. Alright. Gave him a tentative smile, but he only sighed and shook his head. It's too early to feel relieved. The last 6 months in the guard have made it clear. Ito and his followers are going to take action against the Shinsengumi. What sort of action? Ito is going to expose the Fury Corps to discredit the Shogunate. There's even talk that he's working with Satsuma to that end. If the existence of the creation of the monstrous Furies was to become public knowledge, Shogunate's reputation would be irreparably damaged, and the Shinsengumi would undoubtedly suffer as well. Even I can predict that. There's more. Ito plans to assassinate the chief of the Shinsengumi. Good luck. Just saying. Kondo's face was stern and tense, but he kept silent. He glanced over to Hijikata. The guard is moving to destroy the Shinsengumi. You've already heard about Sakamoto, right? Just as we said, it was foreshadowed that the people who left might be our enemies now. That was clear. And I think Toto yeah, we'll fight Toto. I hope not, but, this happens. This is what happens. Some crap about me being the killer. Right. Well, you have the Guardians of the Imperial Tomb to thank. They've been spreading the rumor that Kyoto Miyaru of Kishu hired the Shinsengumi and that Harada put the sword in him. Hijikata explained that Miura insisted that he didn't do it, but is sure that someone's going to take the stab at him eventually. Yeah, but Heisuke's over there. Heisuke Toto's over there, like, probably not feeling too hot about this whole thing. His own best friend. I don't know how that's going to fly. So, Saito's going to be guarding Miura from now. If it looks like he just left and then came back, it won't be too hard for Ito to put 2 and 2 together. I understand. Until this matter is settled, it is better that I am not seen here. And he hides. There he goes. Bye. Hijikata paused for a moment. The room was utterly silent. Every one of us could sense that what came next would be very, very important. Kashitara Ito. It's not enough for you to expose the Fury Core? You have to try and kill Kondo too, huh? They're lovers. They have passion. If they can't be together, they'll just have to die. Those two are adorable. Still, I don't even care. Plan to assassinate him? Whatever. Still cute. He spoke quietly, almost to himself, as if sharing a final moment with a former comrade. He looked up. When he spoke, his voice was like cold steel, the voice of the demon. It's too bad it has to be this way, but we don't have a choice. Ito dies. I suppose you're right. It can't be helped. Kondo nodded, and that was that. Shinsengumi would kill Kashitaro Ito. Oh, and Kondo is such a romantic. I don't think he can handle this. First, we'll invite Ito to Kondo's second home. I'll be there too. Once he's dead, we can use Ito's corpse to lure out the rest of the guard and kill them. Nagakura, Harada, I'm assigning you and your division to this. Take care of it. Hey, Hijikata, who do you want me to kill? No one. You're staying here, in bed. You got that cough. You're sick. Saito will be here for a few days, so you'll have someone to play with. Rude. You're a real bastard, Hijikata. It all seemed very calculated for murder. I didn't realize I'd been sitting still, dumbfounded, until I felt a gentle tap on my shoulder. Saito? This will be the end of the Guardians of the Imperial Tomb. If we are going to return Heisuke to the fold, it must be now or never. Gasp! He was right. If they meant to kill the guard, that included Heisuke. Hijikata, what are we gonna do with Heisuke? He's part of the guard now. Isn't that obvious? We're gonna save him, of course. Alright. Nope. He fights as he dies. It's a fact. You can't mean that. That's wrong. That's wrong. Hijikata showed no sign that he even heard me. I watched his back disappear out the door. You're actually gonna order them to kill Heisuke. Don't you care what happens to him? Of course we care. I know that deep down Toshi wants to save him too. I'll talk to him later. Last few words he mumbled to himself and then coughed nervously, as if embarrassed that he'd raised his voice. It was only then that I realized how much Kondo was suffering, how much they were all suffering, even Hijikata. I'm sorry for saying that. No, you needed to apologize. No need to apologize. It makes us happy. It makes me happy, quite honestly. I'm glad people care for Heisuke. Kondo had a slow breath and looked up at me and smiled. He turned to Nagakura and Harada and spoke in a loud voice. A low voice. I'm asking you this not as your chief, but as Isami Kondo. Let Heisuke live, and if you can, try and convince him to come back. Got it. Not a problem. Let's do this. Leave it to us, Chief. As they discussed the details of the orders, I sat and wondered what I should do. What could I do? I trust everything's clear. If you have questions, now's the time. Hold up. Wait. I heard myself begin to speak, my voice surprisingly calm and dignified. I haven't been given any orders, and I'd like to help. This is a dirty job. You really shouldn't be involved. It was true. This wasn't a patrol or even a guarding mission. This was assassination of a former comrade and an attack on men who'd split up the Shinsengumi. I've gotta help. I mean, don't I? But... oh, dang it. Okida's at home, isn't he? Crap. Stay home with Okida. Poops. I mean, we could just break it up right here. No. Ugh. Let's stay. We'll stay home. Gotta follow through. This could be the path that actually gets us some love with people. They would all be going to battle. If I went, I'd only be in the way. Perhaps that was simply an excuse to allow me to feel better for staying behind because I didn't know what to say about Heisuke. Harada and Nagakura are best friends. If anyone can bring him back, they can. My mind occupied with worried thoughts out of Heisuke and the others, I wandered around the compound and before long found myself outside. And you know what? That's okay. They don't need me there. I would really be in the way. This is absolutely Harada, and this is their fight. Like, this is personally their thing, and I think it's very romantic for them to do this. Very good. Very good. I was about to go back when I heard footsteps running toward me. Yamazaki? What's going on? What are you doing out here? You weren't supposed to go out alone. Oh, sorry. No, it doesn't matter. We don't have time. This is serious. I need to get everyone in the main hall. Can you help me round them all up quickly now? There's not a lot of people left, so that won't be too hard. Seriously? Main hall was noisy, even though most of the Shinsengami was elsewhere. Soji's resting, so I decided to leave him be. Is that alright? Alright, that's fine. Alright, can't wait any longer. Just have to start without Shimada. Has something happened? I've never seen Yamazaki so impatient. Whatever it was that he had to say, it had to be big. Making me nervous, Yamazaki. Did Ito's assassination not go as planned? No, he's dead. We were able to lure the guard to Aburano, Koji, with his body and surround him. So few words to mark the death of a man. But Yamazaki pressed forward and I had no time left to feel sad. Unfortunately, we were interrupted by a third party just as we were about to deal with the guard. The Satsuma. Oh no! Nagakura and Harada and Heisuke, are they alright? Our men were outnumbered, but we have the upper hand in skill. Still, I'm not sure how long they were able to hold off such an overwhelming force. We need to send in reinforcements right away. Shimada and I can go. What was that noise? Just as Ino stood up, there was an explosion of that noise from outside. Shocked glances were exchanged just as Shimada came through the door, distress plain on his face. We are under attack from both sides, and I think we are getting double teamed, which means that someone knew something. Someone knew something was up. We're under attack. It's a demon. Oh, it's not the Choshu then. It's probably the demon that's with. He's just gonna single-handedly take it because he's more mobile. Oh, that sucks. That's the worst case. Why now? Oh, I doubt it's a coincidence. Can you give us any details, Shimada? Is it just a single demon, or are there 2 or 3? Oh, no, only one. He's thin, with a sword. Katsuma. Goddamn Katsuma. We ran through the door, then came to a sudden halt, frozen by the scene before us. Everywhere there were bodies, and the air was thick with the stench of blood, so strong that one nod need be a fury to be driven mad by it. I'm getting mad. These are all men from the Fury Corps. Did Katsuma do this by himself? If the Fury Corps is here, then Sinan must be nearby as well. Where is he? Over there. Oh, they're fighting. Pathetic imitation. Die like the dog you are. One of the Furies who leapt at Katsuma alongside Sinan fell to the ground with a groan. Damn you! You're better than this filth, but you're still nothing more than a pale reflection of true power. Of all the Fury Corps, Sinan was the only one who could even begin to stand before Katsuma's onslaught. But even he was no match for the demon. Katsuma kicked out almost casually at the charging Fury, throwing him across the yard and continued to slow walk forward. Stay back, Yukimura. We'll take care of him. Be careful, men. Katsuma is dangerous, but he isn't the only enemy here. Don't let them see your back. The Furies, driven mad by the blood, would likely lose track of who was friend and who was foe. I thought of what that could mean and shivered. The men with me nodded to one another and rushed forward. Good luck! I don't know why Katsuma had chosen this time to attack, but even if I faced him, I'd be completely useless. Let's go check on Okita. That's what we're doing. That's why we're here. Yeah, with that thought, shook me to the core. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okita. Okita! He's just standing there. Sup? Just hanging out in my room, listening to some jams. Kind of just, the usual. By the time I reached his room, Okita was already preparing for battle. His swords were strapped to his waist, As I stepped in, he looked up at me with a grin. You took too long. Nobody came to get me, so I figured I'd go out on my own. You feeling better? He looked at me as if I was the most idiotic question he'd ever heard. I wasn't real happy about being told to stay here, but looks like I'll get to have some fun after all. Oh! I was such a fool. For just a moment, I'd forgotten just how serious Okida's illness was. The flecks of blood on his lips drove home just how wrong I'd been. I held back tears as I ran to him. Please don't do this! The rest of the Shinsengumi had the situation under control. Please go back to bed. Let go. I can still fight. I'm not useless yet, you know. It's not nice to brush aside someone who's worried about you. Spun around, my eyes went wide. Kaoru, you're looking gothic today. There was no doubt about this, that this was the person I'd met that day in the city. But the hair that had been tied up atop her head once was now cut and hung just above her shoulders. The beautiful kimono she was wearing when we first met was gone, replaced by a black jacket and pants that looked like they were meant only for battle. In fact, she looked like... Oh, this is my true self. I apologize for lying about my sex, but I had good reason to. So you're a guy, huh? Interesting. Either Okida didn't much care or he'd already known. In any event, he'd seemed surprised. I didn't have the same luxury. So this is another time we've got someone posing as the opposite sex, or as a different sex, that they don't identify with personally. This means that a couple things so far, and I'm kind of concerned that they're only allowing men to clash swords, and that's the reason that this is kind of going on. It seems kind of convenient, I guess, and it doesn't really explain a lot. Like, okay, well, hopefully we'll figure out, like, why is he posing as a woman to go through, and like a high-class woman too, like on purpose. There's gotta be something else there. Interesting though. He gave me an oddly unsettling smile.